The person of the year who, for better or for worse, had the most influence on the news in 2024 is Donald Trump.
Okay, there it is. Donald Trump, 2024 person of the year.
I don't like clowns.
Roll the video.
There's winners and there's losers.
Litmus test for me and my friends for like years now has been if the guy we're talking to follows Joe Rogan on Instagram, they're a red flag and we should probably stop talking to them. And the times when they do follow him on Instagram and we haven't stopped talking to them, which was in the past, obviously, it's never ended well. So yeah, I just want to say that I stand by that.
Rainworms.
It's literally never failed us. And at this point, it's like the first thing we do when someone starts talking to a new person. If they follow him, we're like, yeah, this person probably isn't a great person and probably our values don't align. So we're going to move on from that. And honestly, it's worked out well for all of us. Like, obviously, there's been some heartbreak in there because of it, or at least some disappointment. But it truly is a litmus test. And I got you, ladies. You should start doing it. But yeah, I very much stand by that. He's questionable and unprofessional in my opinion. Oops. I don't know how you have the largest podcast in the world and are able to just lie and put out misinformation and straight up lies on your platform.
Well, you should ask your dad.
How he does it.
According to your lawsuit, you were hired by a security firm to work security at one of the infamous white parties that was thrown by Sean Combs in the Hamptons. What was that experience like?
At first, he was incredibly friendly, very gracious.
So you had a friendly chat, and then, according to your lawsuit, at some point later in the night, Sean Combs himself offered you a drink. This didn't come from staff or someone holding a tray of drinks. It came from him directly.
Correct. The first drink started to have some effect on me, and I just thought, wow, these are really strong drinks. It wasn't until the second drink, and it was already too late, that I realized that there was something wrong with the drinks. Sadly, Sean Combs was waiting in the wings. He was watching from some sort of vantage point, and once I was in a helpless position and he was sure that he was in a position of power, then he took advantage of the situation.
You allege that you were forcibly pushed into an SUV by Sean Combs. That act alone.
The definition of kidnapping is...
Your lawsuit says plaintiff was held down by Combs, who overpowered him while he struggled to escape due to the effects of the drugs in his system. And it goes on to say that he sodomized you.
I was screaming. I was telling him to stop. It was incredibly painful. He was acting like it was nothing, and he seemed to be disconnected from it. It was abusive beyond belief.
You did nothing. You said nothing.
Till now.
The person of the year who, for better or for worse, had the most influence on the news in 2024 is Donald Trump.
Okay, there it is. Donald Trump, 2024 person of the year.
Well, Time Magazine, just when you thought the media couldn't get any worse, you guys said, hold my beer. In a year where we had Taylor Swift, Kamala Harris, and Giselle Pichot, You chose the most repugnant, vile human being to ever walk the earth as your person of the year. At least half of America, and probably most of the world, is absolutely disgusted. I hope you go out of business.
Delusional? I'm not delusional.
How did we go from this to this in 1 year?
Very easily.
With pleasure.
Trump just keeps winning these court cases. He's kicking them down like rickety old doors. This one is the case that ABC had. With him, they've decided to settle outside of court. It's much smarter doing it that way and a little less money. They've been ordered to pay him $15 million plus his legal fees. So I imagine the entirety of the sum is much, much bigger. This was, of course, due to George Stephanopoulos, an ABC host, claiming the president-elect was, quote, found liable for rape, end quote, which is patently untrue.
I'll just say, I mean, this feels like it has a real chilling effect. Like, I mean, shout out to the standards department. Okay, standards is always making sure that we are keeping the bar high and substantive and accurate.
Bullshit.
But what George Stephanopoulos said in that interview, I mean, it seems to hold up with what the judge said after the fact. And now his news organization and himself, George Stephanopoulos himself, is paying $1 million of his own money to the lawyers, and ABC at $15 million. It's insane.
Right? It's fucking awesome.
Gentle.
Does anybody else dog sleep like this?
You wanna go outside? You want some big booty bitches? Just like your old man.
It is a messed up world.